We're going to show you just a basic overview of sales in Jupyter, just very basic tutorial. First of all, we're going to look at the sign-on screen. This sign-on screen can look different depending on what your method of signing on is. Here we have push buttons for the clerks. It may be that you sign on using a code. It may be that you sign on using swipe cards. It may be that you sign on using RFID readers or some other method. Whichever method you use, you'll be able to sign on and enter the sales mode. So this is the sales mode screen. Starting at the top, here we have the information bar, and this information shows us various things. Here we can see the receipt printer is on, we're in register mode, it's price shift 1, and the next product is going to be size 1, it's clerk 3. That can show the customer details and any other information. Shooting down to the bottom, we have the exit button. Here we have the network symbol. This shows you that the network is all connected. Here we have the network numbers. So here we only have one terminal on the network. You could have 2, 3, 4, 5, and those numbers will actually flash to tell you that they're communicating. Because we've only got one terminal, it's just lit up in green. Down here, because we're on a tablet, we can see the signal strength and what network we're connected to. We can show what the license is and the current printer status and time and date, things like that. On some versions, depending on which tablet you're on, that will also show the battery level. Signing back on the screen, we have all the buttons, all the sales buttons, the screen, the function buttons down here. We have the transaction window, so when we sell the items, you can see the transaction goes through. At the top it will show the last item that was sold, and down here we can see the current subtotal. So as we add items, the subtotal goes up. Also on the screen we can tender, so we go subtotal, it takes us to a separate screen. We can see the transaction, we can see how much is owed, which is £20, and we can press say £35 cash. Finalises the sale and then takes us back to the main screen. This is looking for a receipt printer. We haven't got a receipt printer attached, so we'll click cancel. Sign on again, clerk 1. This time I'm going to sell a couple of items and I'm going to sign off. What you'll notice is clerk 1 now has a little red marker and £7 to show that we've got a sale on there for £7. That would show on every terminal on the network, and we could pick that sale up on any terminal that's connected to the same network. If I sign back on, you can see my sale is there. Other screens we can go into the spirit screen, and we can select different items. We can have comments, so Gordon's Gin's telling us to serve it in a tall glass. We can have different comments for every item if you wish. Click OK. We can sell multiples, so here I'm going to have a double gin. Pops up the message again. Click OK. This time it's sold as double gin at £4. Go back to the main drinks menu. So I want 5 pints of Foster's. Here I use the multiplication button. 5 times Foster's, and you see it sounds 5 times Foster's. If I go to food, and let's choose something from the grill, and if I click a sirloin steak, we can then get information which is passed on to the kitchen. If we sell a sirloin, it's now going to ask how it's to be cooked, so I'm going to have a medium one, and then what do you want with it? I'm going to have chips. And there you can see it's printed there, and that will print in the kitchen. Memos like that, you can have 1, 2, 3, as many as you want on a product. So if I click on gammon, you'll see I can have chips, so it's just asking 1, but steak asks 2. Back to drinks, subtotal, and this time I'm going to pay with a £20 note, so I can just hit the £20 button and it totals it. £20 again, £20 again, so I've totaled £60 in total. And again it's looking for the printer. This time it was looking for the kitchen printer. Sign back on, go into food. I'm going to sell a main, I'm going to sell lasagna with chips. However, this time I haven't got a memo that I need, so I could say, well, they don't want peas with that. We can click on message and we can type in no peas, and you'll see it appears below the lasagna. I can click it again and say I don't want salad either, no salad, and I can do that as many times as I want, and that will print in the kitchen. Subtotal is £12.50. I'm just going to hit £20 and it tenders £20 immediately. and goes to the receipt printer and the kitchen printer. Sign back on. Food, I'm going to sell a jacket potato. Drinks, I'm going to sell half a Carling. This time the customer wants to pay by credit card. Subtotal and press credit card. Sign back on. I'm going to hit a Foster's and a mild. Customer now wants a pint of Heineken, so I'm going to go away and serve that. I can click sign off, and server 2 can come on and make their sale and sign off, and server 1 can go back to his sale and sell the Heineken that they wanted. Subtotal. This time I'm just going to pay cash. I'm not going to tender anything, and you can see the change is 0.